Friday morning, and now it's time to head over to the boat, and we're going to start off by winterizing the outboard engine for the dinghy.
First,
happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Baz, happy birthday to you.
Just in case you hadn't noticed, it's my birthday today. So we're going into town to have some lunch at a restaurant, which is a rare occasion for us, but it's a special day, so why not? Weather's not so special though, it's a bit grey and overcast, and as you can see by the way we're dressed, quite chilly.
But it's not raining.
Not raining, so that's always good.
Especially when you're on a scooter.
Yeah. At this time of the year, there's not really a lot of choice for dining out experiences in Limney. But we walked past this little place and there was a guy outside, obviously a local guy, eating what looked like a very tasty fish dish. And we thought, yeah, we'll pop in here.
it's lovely.
Yeah, so.
And they've got lots of little Christmas decorations as well. They've put a lot of effort in. It's really nice. Yeah.
I'm going to have pork, you're having the chicken.
Yeah.
And you've ordered some green stuff too.
Fried courgettes.
And of course, red wine. Cheers.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. And we're sitting inside because it's a little bit chilly today.
Yes. They say it's 15 on the weather forecast, but
It's not.
I'm dreaming.
It's Friday morning and we've just finished publishing our latest blogs and pushing them out to all the places where we promote them.
Yep.
So now it's time to head over to the boat. And we're going to start off by winterizing the outboard engine for the dinghy.
Yeah.
And that includes running fresh water through it, letting it run so it completely sucks out all of the fuel that's in the carburetor, so that's empty for the winter so the fuel doesn't go bad. Then we're going to haul the engine up onto the aft end of the boat.
Baz is going to haul the engine up onto the back end of the boat.
We're seeing Gandalf here.
Gandalf and Mary.
This is what I'm going to work with.
So even though I'm not able to do a lot of walking and running and that kind of thing at the moment with my foot, I am actually feeling like a useful part of the team. I can do things to assist Baz and I can also film. So all is not lost. The team, ABC, continues.
I want this to run to warm up the oil, because we're going to take out the old oil, put new oil in. So in order to get the last of the fuel out of the carburetor for when we store this thing for the winter time, because we don't want the fuel to go bad inside the carburetor, what we do now is we take the fuel intake off, so she's not getting any fuel from the tank now. Put the dust cap on, and eventually she will suck all of the fuel out of the carburetor and stop.
Yay. So what's next, Baz?
Right, well next I need to get that padlock off.
A little bit rusty.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It has been in a saltwater environment for how long?
yeah. Yeah, if there was a little bit of give, you can wiggle it.
There's no give. Maybe when we do it next time, if we get a new padlock, we can open and close it regularly, you know, with a bit of WD-40.
Yeah.
Things like that you don't think of, do you?
Until you want to take it off, yeah.
And it's a bit of a boy suggestion. What about using a hammer and hammering down on there just to see if you can get some kind of movement?
Yeah, it's close confined. We've got no swingage room.
No. Girl suggests using hammer. Man refuses offer.
No, it's not going to go.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, that lock's been on there since we left Cache, which was 7 months ago, something like that. And it's not been taken off since, so obviously the salt water's got in there, gone inside, corroded it, it's knackered. So we're going to have to cut that off and buy a replacement padlock.
Okay.
And then, as Angie suggested, we'll give it some regular WD-40 love, maybe once a month. Remove the drain plug and drain the engine oil into the appropriate container. So this is the drain plug here. Take it off and put it in this container here. I have. That's fairly clean oil actually for a year.
It's good. Haugen did a good job then.
He did do a good job. Well, we'll wait for that to finish dripping. We'll take a look at the spark plug.
Right. So you tilt it to empty it.
Okay, so now, after the initial oil has been drained, temporarily install the drain plug, disengage the tilt lock and lower the outboard. Wait a minute to allow the remaining oil that's trapped in the engine to return to the drain. Return to full tilt position.
Yeah, okay.
I believe that's the spark plug. Oh no, there's 2 spark plugs here and here.
Have we got replacements?
Yes. 2 spark plugs, and we'll do them one at a time. Can't locate the spark plugs replacements.
Oh, but we do have some, don't we?
I'm pretty confident I bought some.
Would they be anywhere near the nav station?
They might well be in the nav station, yeah. Ooh, a little bit dirty, sooty, yeah. Back in. Yeah, quite a lot more oil. Yeah, not good. It just doesn't make sense that I wouldn't have bought spark plugs.
I'm sure I've seen spark plugs. So you've looked in the nav station.
It just doesn't make sense that I wouldn't have bought them, because I bought like copies of everything else. I would like to get these spark plugs cleaned up and put back in.
Well, can I do that while you're doing the oil?
If you want to do it, then do it.
So a bit of cleaning, so they're a bit more shiny than they were. So what are we doing now, Baz?
Well, I'll go again and get the bunny rabbit.
So we're firing up the engine, is that right?
Yeah, well, it's best, once you've changed the oil and cleaned the spark plugs, it's always best to run it. Basically, we're just checking that there's no leaks here, and the drain fill cap is back on tightly, so there shouldn't be any issues there. Quite happy to take that out now. Let her run herself out. Okay, so the next big job comes at the front end of ABC. and that is we're going to drop the anchor and chain. Well, we're not actually going to drop them, we're going to lower them down gently onto this pallet. And that way we can give the chain a good inspection. We can also have a look at the seizing wire on the shackles situation that we've got going on, because I want your advice on that, and also gives us an opportunity to clean out the anchor locker of any weed and mud that's got in there over the sailing season. So we've managed to do a basic service on the outboard engine. We've changed the oil, we've cleaned up the spark plugs, we've had a look to see that everything is as it should be, and we've made sure she still runs even after we'd been messing around with it, and it all runs good. We've stripped the dinghy off, and we'll get Harris to hopefully advise us on where we can get a cover made for it. We're leaving the engine here because we need to get Harris to get an angle grinder to grind off the padlock that's locked tight shut. And also another thing we need to do is I bought a kill switch while I was in the UK, and we need to put the kill switch onto the engine because the one that came with it broke within the first month. Well done, Mercury. Here at the front end we've got our anchor and our chain out of the locker, so we can actually clean the locker to make sure these two drain holes are flowing freely. What we will do, because this is 50 meters of 10mm chain and this is 50 meters of rope, so we do have 100 meters, although we've never actually used all of it. So what we will do at the beginning of next year, when we put all this back together and measure it out again, we will put this end on the anchor end, so basically just top and tail the anchor chain to give it a little bit more longevity, so it's not always the same bit of chain that's in the water. And might get some anti-rust treatment on the tip of that. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was the seizing wire on the shackle pins. Now this one here probably already needs replacing. Yes it does, because it's broken. You see, it's broken already. Because what happens is we've got so much movement here that the actual seizing wire gets rubbed against in between the anchor shaft and the shackle itself, so it breaks fairly quickly. So I'm not sure what to do about finding a solution to giving this seizing wire a bit more longevity. Maybe you can let me know in the comment section down below. That'll be helpful. Let's go and see what Gandalf's up to.
Gandalf's waiting to get home to make lunch.
Right.
Hey, do you like my beach find stick with a gaffer tape sponge and some little beach find, you know, pretty things?
See, this is all vital to the winter maintenance on ABC.
This keeps me happy.
Right.
So that means I can heal quicker and I can help faster.
Right. Okay, off to the studio for lunch. There's certainly no need for me to be wearing sunglasses today, but there is a need for me to be wearing 5 layers of clothing, scarf and gloves. Winter in Greece is a lot more wintry than I was led to believe. In fact, there's actually snow on the hillside just south of the town of Limni. Now we're into 2020. We hope you had a great New Year's Eve wherever you were celebrating that. And we'd also like to celebrate the fact that we've got some more new patrons on board. So welcome to Peter and Fran Hoffman and Pete and Sheila Forsyth. Thank you guys and girls, and welcome on board. We'd also like to ask all of our viewers to help out in a little bit of an experiment. What we'd like you to do is to share this video across all of your favorite social media, because we want to see if sharing has a marked effect on how YouTube pushes and promotes a YouTube video. We understand that if you're watching on a smart TV, navigating around there to share can be a little bit difficult and complicated, but if you're watching on any other device, then please feel free to share this video across all of your favorite social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Have a great 2020 wherever you are and whatever you're up to.
So what you doing, Baz?
This is Christmas 2019. But today is December 25th, and we're treating ourselves to a bit of steak.
Chips, veggies, mushrooms, and the all-important pepper.
Angela's in charge of everything else. I'm in charge of the steak because, yeah, blokes like to cook meat. Oh, actually, we do it quite well.
Yeah, you do the meat way better than me.
So 2 huge steaks here. I just hope they're going to be right when we cook them.
Sure they will.
So steak, red wine, and a bit of music. Well, we can't play the music now because of copyright laws. You know what it's like on YouTube. It's annoying, but that's the reality.
Yeah. So, here's our little table. We brought it in from outside. Obviously, we're sharing it with the bedroom and the office. But we have our Christmas tree with our earring baubles and, yeah, some red wine. And it's all sitting there waiting with a beautiful view through the window. It's just too cold to sit out there.
Did you say cold?
Did I say cold? I think the plates are a bit small.
See how she's got green things on her plate?
He's got more.
There's no green things on this plate.
All brown stuff on this.
Mushrooms, chips, and steak.
And onions.
Oh, onions.
Yes. There we go.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Here at ABC, we wish you a fantastic and fabulous 2020. May the year bring you everything you wish for and a little bit more. Thanks for watching.